Hello class, so I'm going to go over real quick what is expected in Milestone 1, but also just a quick overview of the semester assignment. Real quick, this is a semester assignment, so that means that you'll be working on this project throughout the entire semester. And there will be multiple points that you submit your work as you work on it, and those are called milestones. And so for the first milestone, I just want something very basic, nothing real deep. You don't have to go into a huge amount of detail if you don't want to. Again, it's up to you. For those of you who are network admins and you know the ins and the outs of this sort of thing, a lot of this just kind of starts coming naturally to you. You think, oh yeah, this is going to be needed, this is going to be needed, we need to connect it this way, and things need to be configured this way. And so if you've had any sort of experience with networking, a lot of that is just going to start happening. But for those of you who haven't experienced any of this before, this is going to be all new territory. And don't let it throw you. It's nothing to be scared of. This is a hard project, and it's purposefully made hard because you will run into this stuff as a network admin out in the real world. And so I'm throwing this stuff at you, including all of the scenarios and the discussions and so forth. A lot of it seems very difficult, but don't be afraid that you have to get it right. This is a safe environment, and these hard things are thrown at you so that way you can look at it, think about it, apply what you're learning, and then I and other students can even walk through the whole process with you. So that way you learn how to do it, and then when you experience this stuff in the real world, you'll know how to handle it. It won't throw you for a loop. You won't sit there going, oh gosh, I remember going through this in chapter 5. You'll have some experience and go, oh yeah, I remember going through something like this in one of the discussions or in the assignment. Yeah, I can kind of pull from that knowledge and apply it to the situation. So that's what these assignments and discussions and things are for. Yeah, they're difficult, but only in the sense that if you were flying by yourself, if you were a brand new network admin with no real experience and this was thrown at you, that's difficult. This is a learning environment. You're not going to get graded on the fact that you don't know something. It's like, this is where you learn. So really, I grade you on participation and how much effort you're putting into it. So back to Milestone 1. Milestone 1, just a brief example, as you see, to where what I did on this, because I was thinking, okay, what would I do? And I haven't done this project in a long time, so I was revisiting it, and I was thinking, okay, what would I do if I was suddenly faced with this project and I had to get an answer out quickly? So I went through all of the requirements and listed them as key bullet points. So install a network at Campus A by running cables to the main office and also through Wi-Fi. Real basic. Install a network through Campus B, including Wi-Fi, and have central point for data room because that is the administration office. And so that's probably where you're going to want a lot of your important systems to be housed, student information and so forth. That's where it all should be housed at. Install Wi-Fi in Campus C, run a network cables connecting each building and each floor with fiber if possible. Just an idea that I had as I was typing it up. Connect all campuses together through the WAN, that's the Wide Area Network. Each campus should have a data server, print server, DC, DNS, DHCP, and deployment server. Those are all fancy names I learned while I was doing research. The main campus should house the main program that all campuses use for documenting students. As I just said, administration should house that information. And security will be provided via firewalls, VLANs, and policies. Very basic, nothing super, to the point. Nothing super involved, I should say, sorry. And then, here is my diagram. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Come on. Okay. How would I do it? This way, that way you can actually see it. All right, so here's my diagram. And I've got Campus A over here, Campus C, Campus B. This represents a switch that all of these things are connected to. This is a router, this is a firewall, and it's all connected to the WAN over here. And each campus pretty much looks the same. Very basic, nothing real involved at this point. And I created all of that just using words, shapes. So I drew square for the campuses, and you can just start typing when you do a square, for instance, like this. As you can see, there are lots of shapes, different things that you can use. Here's what I used for the WAN. This is the connection. So, for the curly Q connection, that needs to go at an angle. I used, there we go, used the double arrow for connecting, the various devices. Circles. And then for these, I actually just went online like this. Insert picture, online pictures, and typed in, wait for it, network switch. And you have a plethora of pictures to choose from, including, once again, wait for it. There we go, right there. And so once you click on that, you say insert, and that's what these become. And then I just changed, because it automatically comes in like this, I changed it to where the text is floating, or the picture is floating above the text, so there are no boundaries. Once I got all of this built, I selected it all by shift click, and then I turned it into a group. Once I turned it into a group, I copied it, pasted it, went up to picture format, there we go, flipped horizontal, and that flipped it around for me, and then just copied and pasted down here for Campus B. So that was pretty simple. Like I said, it took me probably about 30 minutes to put all of this in and then copy and paste it over. So this is a basic presentation and diagram of what that network project could look like. So this is Milestone 1. Again, it doesn't even have to be this extensive if you don't want to. I've had some students, they draw it on graph paper, they sketch it out. Some of you guys have gotten really creative with how to create this. So by all means, all I want is just a rough idea. And then again, a presentation at the top, kind of stating your ideas of what all of that means. That doesn't even have to be 100% clear. Just as long as it's a beginning, it's a rough draft, it's the framework, and then throughout the rest of the semester, you're going to fill all of this in, add more detail, change things up, add pages to it, and make it look more professional as time goes on. So Milestone 2 will have a little bit more information to it. Milestone 3 will have even more. Milestone 4, you'll submit it for peer review, put the final touches on it, and then submit it in the final week. So, but don't worry about getting it right. There are many solutions to this. So I hope all of that helps.